Okay, we're going to learn about comparative advantage and specialization. I'm going to have to use a little notepad here. We don't want that though. Yes, I want to delete my note. Sorry, guess I should have opened this up before. So to talk about comparative advantage and specialization, we have to go through an example. And it's an example of chores. So let's get over here to 2.3. First, we're going to explain the law of comparative advantage. Let's see. All right, so to get started, we're going to talk about you are probably expected to do certain chores at home on a regular basis. What if it's your responsibility each week to wash the 2 family cars and mow the lawn? So for you, hold on, need to pause. All right, we're going to have to do it this way because my note won't fit, and this is going to have to come in and out. You might want to actually grab a piece of scrap paper and write as I go along. So you can wash 1 car in 45 minutes, and we're going to call that 3/4 of an hour. I hope my typing isn't too loud for you. Okay, and let's see, wash 2 cars and mow the lawn. It takes you 45 minutes to wash a car and 1 hour to mow the lawn. Oops. 1 lawn, 1 hour. Cool. All right, your high school friend David lives next door. He happens to face the same weekly chores, washing 2 family cars identical to yours and mowing a lawn identical to yours. David, however, is not nearly as quick as you. It takes him 1 hour to wash a car. So David, 1 car equals 1 hour. And it takes him 3 hours to mow the lawn. Dude is slow. 1 lawn equals, goodness, 3 hours. So if you look at you, you're looking at 2 cars and a lawn, that's 1.5 hours plus an hour, 2.5 hours total. David is looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours total. Okay? Altogether, David spends 5 hours, you spend 2.5. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside for now and look at, absolute advantage. Having an absolute advantage means being able to produce something using fewer resources than other producers require. If you look at you and David, you have absolute advantage when it comes to your chores. Okay? If you do your chores and he does his chores, you're going to be chilling by the pool for 2.5 hours while he is still pushing that lawnmower. All right. I don't know why that keeps moving over. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's take it one step further. The law of comparative. I'm going to cover one more thing here. Sorry, I missed one thing. So, it says fewer resources. Our resources here, like the only resources you guys really have in your life is your time. Okay, you don't have a ton of money. You don't practice any skills that you can use to purchase other things or trade or barter or whatever. So having absolute advantage means being able to produce something using fewer resources, and your resources are your labor time. When you and David each do your weekly chores, you take 2.5 hours, he takes 5. Because you can complete each task in less time, you see no advantage in cooperating with him to save time. However, is this the best you can do? You think it's the best you can do, but it's really not. Moving on. The law of comparative advantage. We're going to look at the chore example further. So comparative advantage is the worker with a lower opportunity cost of producing a particular output should specialize in that output. Remember, opportunity cost is the value of what you don't do, the value of what you give up. Specialization occurs when the workers focus on single tasks, enabling each worker to become more efficient and productive. Okay, let's pull that sticky note up again and take this a little bit further. So, what is your opportunity cost of washing each car? In the 45 minutes it takes you to wash a car, let's see if I can make a little break here. In the 45 minutes it takes you to wash a car, you could instead mow 3/4 of the lawn. So you can do 1 car or 3/4 of a lawn, right? This is going to have to get a little bit longer. Break this a little bit. David, in the hour David takes to wash a car, so he's got 1 car, or in the hour it takes David to wash a car, he could instead mow 1/3 of the lawn, or 1/3 of the lawn. So if we look at this right here is the opportunity cost. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh well. But this right here is the opportunity cost. Let's see if I can make it bold. Hey, that worked. And this is the opportunity cost. So who has the lower opportunity cost? Which number is smaller? 3/4 is 0.75, 1/3 is 0.3333. So David actually has the lower opportunity cost. Because your opportunity cost of washing a car is mowing 3/4 of a lawn, and David's is mowing 1/3 of the lawn, he faces the lower opportunity cost of washing cars. Remember, it's the thing that you're not doing, the thing that you're giving up. So his opportunity cost is lower. And the law of comparative advantage says the person with the lower opportunity cost should specialize in producing that output. In this example, David should specialize in washing cars. Because David has a lower opportunity cost for washing cars, you must have a lower opportunity cost for mowing lawns. So you should specialize in mowing lawns. Makes sense? I'd also like to point out here that in this definition, I can replace the word workers with firms, regions, or even countries. I could say specialization occurs when firms or businesses focus on single tasks, enabling each business to become more efficient and productive. I wouldn't want McDonald's, the business, to start selling groceries, for instance. They specialize in really good French fries versus providing us with great produce, as an interesting example. Okay, gains from specialization. We're going to keep going with this example. Through specialization and exchange, each of you will save time, and I'll show you how that works. If you specialize, David will wash the family cars, and you will mow the family's lawns. David washes, let me pull my Post-it note up. David is going to wash, get a little line here again. David will wash 4 cars, and it takes him an hour per car. 4 cars in 4 hours, saving 1 hour, right? You will mow 2 lawns, and you can mow one lawn in 1 hour, so 2 lawns will be 2 hours, and you're saving half an hour. So you both save when you specialize. Okay, he saves more than you do, but it's all right, you both save. He's still going to be working for 4 hours, and you're still going to be working for 2 hours, so you'll be sitting by the pool for 2 hours while he is still washing cars. Absolute advantage focuses on which of you uses the fewest resources, but comparative advantage focuses on what else those resources could have produced. That is, on the opportunity cost of those resources. Exchange. In this example, you and David specialize and exchange your output. No money is involved. In other words, you engage in a barter. A barter is a system of exchange which products are traded directly for other products. Barter works best in simple economies that have little specialization and few types of goods to trade. So it works, between you and David. Money, which would be coins, bills, checking accounts, etc., serve as a medium of exchange because it's the one thing that everyone is willing to accept in exchange for all goods and services. And we can take this to a wider application. So Certain parts of the country and even the world have comparative advantage in producing particular goods. From software in California's Silicon Valley to oranges in Florida, from DVD players in Taiwan to bananas in Honduras, resources are allocated most efficiently across the country and around the world when production and trade conform to the law of comparative advantage. And this video is listed in your syllabus, and it really does a great job of explaining comparative advantage. It's MR University. The speaker's a tad bit dry, but the lesson and the graphics are sort of funny. Then we have Mr. Clifford again with Crash Course, and he's going to talk about specialization in trade with pizza. So I would recommend you watch both of those, and they are both in your syllabus. Okay, moving on. Now we're going to talk about specialization, understanding the gains from specialization and exchange. So because of specialization, based on comparative advantage, most people consume little of what they produce and produce very little of what they consume. People specialize in particular activities such as plumbing or carpentry. They then exchange their products for money, which in turn is exchanged for goods and services. Specialization and exchange create more interdependence in an economy. Basically, if I had to fix the plumbing in my house, we probably wouldn't have plumbing in my house. So I hire a plumber, pay him, gives him money to do other things, and I get plumbing, which is very nice. Okay, actually here, if you could check the label in your shirt, tell me where it is made. I'm trying to grab mine right now. I can't see that far. Ah. Sorry. Well, the shirt that I was wearing yesterday was just a jean shirt, and it was made in Germany. The classes that went through this lesson yesterday, their shirts were made anywhere from Bangladesh and Thailand to a few shirts that were made in the USA. But did you make your shirt? Probably not. Did you grow the cotton? If you look at this example right here, this is specialization in production of cotton shirts. Like, you alone could not grow the cotton, spin it into thread, weave it into fabric, sew it into a shirt, and then end up wearing it. Okay, to make a cotton shirt, it has to go through a lot of different hands, most likely all over the world. And specialization makes that shirt as inexpensive as you bought it for. If you had to make it yourself, you would probably make one shirt in a very long period of time, and it wouldn't be very awesome. So this illustration just illustrates the many specialists who were involved in producing your shirt. Okay, that brings us to a division of labor. Picture a visit to McDonald's. You walk in, you're like, all right, I'm going to have a Big Mac, an order of fries, and a chocolate shake. Okay, your food shows up in about a minute. Everything's ready. Everything's cooked and hot and delicious or not delicious, whatever your opinion is. It would take you a really long time to make a homemade version of this meal. From grinding the wheat to make the buns, killing the cow to make the meat, growing some vegetables, making some special sauce, cutting the potatoes, frying the potatoes, making ice cream, chocolate, making it into a shake. It would take you you probably wouldn't even do it. You know, I'd be eating, I don't know, berries all the time if I had to cook everything from scratch. So why is McDonald's meal faster, cheaper, and for some people tastier than the one you could make yourself? Why is fast food so fast? Well, it's because McDonald's takes advantage of the gains resulting from the division of labor. Division of labor organizes the production process so that each worker specializes in a separate task. If you read these items right here, the division of labor takes advantage of individual preferences and natural abilities. It allows workers to gain experience at a particular task and get better at it, more efficient, more accurate. It reduces the need to shift between different tasks. If you're on the same task all the time, you're going to do very well at it. If you have to switch between different tasks consistently, Your focus is going to break, you're going to forget the easiest way to do things, etc. And it also permits the introduction of labor-saving machinery. I'm sure McDonald's has a machine that cuts all those fries because there's no way they could hire people to cut that many fries. And that really, division of labor, it occurs within a business, okay, within a family. If my 6-year-old were in charge of making us dinner, it would go very wrong, or we'd be eating ramen noodles every day. It occurs between regions or in entire countries, division of labor. And here is your division of labor example, and they're going to talk about making hamburgers, and it's sort of fun. And that is Chapter 2 in a nutshell. Nice work.